Let's see. Miles said the song is on the third roll. This must be it. This looks a little like the inside of my aunt's player piano. The take-up dowel is broken.
Hey, Nancy, what's up?
I seem to have used up all the fun on my fun pass. Did you say I could get another one?
I certainly did. Here you go. Enjoy.
I found an old letter in the gear room of the Carousel. It was written by the guy who carved all the horses, Rolf Kessler. Is it okay if I keep it?
Far as I'm concerned, I'll mention it to Miss Santos, see what she says.
I found some kind of electronic device under the Carousel. I'm pretty sure someone has been turning the Carousel on and off at night by remote control.
Why would somebody want to do that? Whatever you found was probably just some kind of toy that fell out of some kid's pocket.
I'll see you around.
Sounds good.
Let's go for a spin on the carousel. By the way, you have 4 fun credits left on your card. Enjoy the ride, ha-ha. The carousel will be starting in 3 seconds, so hang on tight. And don't forget to try for the brass ring.
Yee-haw! Here comes the brass ring. Get ready. Got it! Here it comes again.
Hey, Nance, what's going on?
I need to make a dowel to replace this broken one from the band organ. Would it be all right if I used your equipment? I won't make a mess, I promise.
Sure. Got a lathe, wooden rods, safety goggles. Knock yourself out. I gotta go run an errand, though, so try not to cut off any appendages until I get back.
It's all fun and games until somebody loses an eye. That doesn't look right. That doesn't look right. That looks perfect. Better leave these goggles here. If Elliot wrote this guy's number down, maybe I should too. Wow, 360 board feet. That's a lot of wood. A book on carousels. Cool. Those look like horse tails.
Will Nancy Drew please report immediately to the security office? And by immediately, I mean don't even think about doing anything else. I just got off the phone with Miss Santos. Where do you get off telling her I'm some kind of jewel-thieving peeping Tom?
She called you?
Of course she called. She hired me because she thought I deserved a second chance. She wanted to make sure I hadn't betrayed her trust, which I hadn't, by the way.
I know that now, and I'm really sorry.
I figured if I did a good job here, it would prove to everybody once and for all that I was totally trustworthy. That I was more than just an ex-con. A lot more. Okay, so maybe I'm trying a little too hard. Maybe people's entry codes should be off limits. It's just that this job means everything to me. I don't want to screw it up.
I guess I was a little overzealous, too. I'm really sorry. I'll see you around.
Any luck?
I think we're all set. I know the tune, and I've got a harmonica.
Play it for Miles and see what happens.
My oral sensors are ready. Suck it to me. Hooray!
I remember that song. I did ride the carousel. Over and over and over. Always the same horse. Always the same black horse.
You loved the carousel, and you loved one horse in particular. It was not the lead horse, and it was not spectacular, but you loved it, Joy. What was its name?
I can't remember.
Do you know the name?
Of course I do. I am.
Miles, the magnificent memory machine!
However, I am not programmed to continue unless and until you remember the name of that horse. You loved it so much that your mother bought it for you.
She was the one who bought the horse off the carousel? That's interesting. The park must have a record of that transaction.
I haven't seen it, but you're right. It must be around here somewhere.
I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
I really appreciate your help.
Talk to me.
Yes, hi. Is this Lance Huffington?
You betcha. Who's this?
Well, I'm Nancy Drew. I work with Ingrid Corey. I'm kind of her unofficial assistant here at the park. She tells me everything.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I was wondering if she'd called you yet. You know, about the results.
Yeah, she called me.
And what did you tell her?
Everything's great. Her plan worked. I'm glad she shared it with me. Life's good. At least it will be when the trial's over and the settlement's in the bank. Whoa, speaking of which, I gotta go. I'm due in court. What'd you say your name was?
Nancy.
Well, Nancy, next time you call me, you could very well be talking to a multi-millionaire. Ta-ta.
Bye.
Hello?
Hi, Bess. It's only me.
Oh, hi, Nance. Listen to you. You're probably making Nancy feel terrible. Maybe I should answer the phone from now on. You wouldn't dare.
It's okay, guys. I understand.
I'm sorry, Nancy. As you may have guessed, Matt hasn't called yet, and he is just so cute. Anyway, what's up?
There was a brochure for a sports car in Ingrid's work area, the Pandora 2XS.
That is like the hottest car ever. One of the most expensive, that's for sure. She must make a ton of money.
Either that or she's about to come into a ton of money.
The engine oil thickens.
I found out that the man who may have hidden jewels in that stolen carousel horse died in prison, but his cellmate, who apparently looks a lot like Harlan Bishop, was recently released.
Harlan just started working there, right? And he doesn't like to talk about where he worked before, right?
And he's been in prison. I saw the number for his parole officer while I was snooping around in his office.
I think you better call Miss Santos.
We already talked. Turns out Harlan told her he'd been in prison when he interviewed for the job. She hired him anyway.
So now what?
Now I wait to hear from Harlan's parole officer if it turns out he was that jewel thief's cellmate.
You bust him. No, she calls the cops and lets them bust him. The guy's a security guard. He could be dangerous.
Catch you guys later.
We'll be right here. Toodles.
The name of the carousel horse is Glory. Hello?
This is Luis Guerra with the State Board of Parole. I understand you have some questions concerning Harlan Bishop.
Right. Hi. Yes, for starters, could you tell me what prison he was in?
He served 30 months in Bayside State Prison for check kiting and forgery. He was paroled 5 weeks ago.
Did you say Bayside State Prison?
Yes, I did.
To your knowledge, has he ever gone by any other name besides Harlan Bishop?
No, ma'am.
Have you seen him since he's been paroled?
He comes to my office once a week. As far as I know, Harlan is a security guard at Captain's Cove Amusement Park. Now, do all these questions mean you know something about him that I don't?
No, that's pretty much what I know, too.
Well, I hope I've been of some assistance.
Oh, you have. You've been a big help. Thank you.
Good day, then.
Bye.
Any luck?
I know the name of that carousel horse your mother bought you. Glory.
Glory. That's right. Glory. My mother gave him to me for my birthday. My 4th birthday. She died in a car accident that very night.
How awful. No wonder you forgot how much you loved the carousel. It would have reminded you of your mother.
I hated the park after my mother died. I hated the carousel. And I hated that horse. I blamed it for what happened to my mother. I had my father destroy it.
But your father did not destroy it. Instead, he stored it. He hoped that someday, with the help of
Miles the Magnificent Memory Machine!
you would come to terms with your past. And because that is what you are doing, here is the 3rd and final riddle. Ask Tink for the book you and I used to read about Kessler and Amelia So Kind. Give her nickname a spin on spook number 10. Then the brass prize arrange on its forearm so strange. And something long lost and cherished you'll find.
Tink's the guy who runs the carousel. Let's give him a call. I've got his number.
No. Nancy, I did something terrible. I turned the power off to the roller coaster and caused the accident that shut down the park. I blamed Miss Santos for my father's death, just like I blamed that horse for what happened to my mother. I feel horrible. Keep going without me, Nancy. I have to go see Miss Santos and apologize.
Looks like Spook 10 is missing an arm. It's been red tagged. That symbol looks familiar. It's locked. It's locked.
Sorry, I don't feel like talking right now. My back's kinda sore, probably 'cause somebody just got done stabbing me there.
Hello, Nancy. How goes it?
I found something underneath the carousel that looks like it might be a remote control device.
Oh, I'd like to see it. Interesting. I looked under there. Wonder how I missed it. May I have this?
Actually, I'd kind of like to keep it.
Suit yourself.
Did you know that the man who carved the carousel horses had a workshop under what's now the haunted house?
How appropriate, considering Kessler's belief in the supernatural and all.
I discovered a hidden door in the haunted house.
Is that right?
Unfortunately, it's locked.
It's obvious you don't put much stock in curses. But a word to the wise, there really do exist some doors that no one should open. I'd be very careful if I were you.
I understand that you know the man who got hurt in that roller coaster accident, Lance Huffington?
I've talked to him. I don't really know him.
What did you talk to him about?
Look, what are you getting at?
I was just wondering if maybe you and he are in cahoots.
Are you suggesting that he and I planned the accident? He gets on the coaster, I shut off the power, he cries whiplash and gives me half of whatever he gets from the lawsuit? Interesting theory. Unfortunately, it's totally wrong. I called him to tell him to rub his neck 3 times a day with witch hazel and lavender. If his neck is really injured, that will cure it. Why are you so eager to accuse me of something?
Because you seem to have a lot of money, far more than the park pays you. I can't help but wonder where it's coming from.
All right. I have been making money on the side, but it's not what you think. I've been helping someone design a roller coaster. I even let him borrow the blueprints for our coaster, so he could study them, not steal them. I kept it secret because it could be construed as conflict of interest. This guy knows I'm taking a risk, so he pays me very well. Now, your turn. It's obvious that you've been nosing around in here. How did you get in?
Well, it seems that one of the security guards has been doing a little extracurricular surveillance work.
Harlan. I knew it bugged him that this place was off limits, but spying on me? That guy's got a real problem. As for you, I'd appreciate it if you would kindly remove your nice and deficient little self from my office. I have work to do. Hello, Nancy. How goes it?
There's a dummy in the haunted house that's been red tagged. It's missing an arm. Any chance it'll be up and running again in the near future?
Got the arm right here. Just needed a battery. That's one of the dummies Joy Trent's father created. Probably why the circuitry is so bizarre. It works though, so just reattach it. You'll need pliers. Oh, and don't forget to take the red tag back to Spy Master Bishop.
Thanks for your help.
No big deal.
Will Nancy Drew please report to the security office?
I stepped out for a second, and when I came back, somebody'd left this envelope on my desk. Looks like it's for you. Got your name on it anyway.
There's nothing inside but a key. Maybe it opens that door in the haunted house.
Here, let me toss that envelope for you. I want to apologize for jumping all over you like that before. The more I thought about it, the more I realized that I would have done just what you did. No hard feelings?
No hard feelings.